As usual, we are assembled in the evening, having experienced the sun going down below the horizon, the moon lighting the sky. The evening time is the opportunity to reflect. The three bells that we rang remind us of the primordial sound Om, that eternal word that manifests everywhere as all the seemingly divided entities in the entire universe. We have been a part of that drama today. And the evening time is an opportunity to sit a little bit and pray. Well, what is prayer? Prayer is sitting and waiting. So let us sit and wait. And what should we wait for? We should wait for the clear, silent voice of the divine that comes from within us. Sooner or later, a stream of thoughts will arise in our consciousness. And in arising in our consciousness, it will lead us. It will lead us up and beyond. It will lead us deep to realms that we need to discover within. In this silence, what will come to our minds probably are all the events of the day. These events can be categorized as useful, productive, those events that we were able to offer to the divine lover who supplies us with all our energy. The energy was used today for thinking and planning, for working and deciding, for speech where we interact with others. All of these energetic expressions should be registered to one source. And so let us feel a sense of deep gratitude for the energy that comes out through all the limbs, comes out as speech, comes out as our awareness of environment, and comes as the environment itself. Let us mentally repeat Om Tat Sat. Om, that existence. We begin every task with Om, including our meditation, and we end it with Tat. Tat refers to the end of everything, the culmination of everything. And Sat is that expressed existence that operates between. Let us sit in a comfortable position, but let us remain alert. Let our spine be arranged in such a way that we take advantage of the vertical arrangement of the column that encapsulates that aspect of the sympathetic nervous system, the column, the spinal cord. Yogis tell us that by diverting all our awareness, all our energy called thought, into the subtle area of the infinite possibilities of mind, we can awaken a profound and deep energy that moves us higher and higher, deeper and deeper. to levels that are more profound, more immense, and more real. Let us feel from our depths of our heart the beaming radiance of divine grace flowing through all areas of the body, through the navel, the source of life, through the heart that displays itself and distributes its energy everywhere, and the center between the eyebrows, expressive of pure wisdom and divine knowledge. Let this grace go beyond the borders, wherever we find them, of everything encapsulated in space and everything moving in time. Let us visualize how it is an ocean of light that spreads everywhere, encapsulating everything, melting all names and forms into one pure existence. This pure existence is your own divine self. Its glory is spread everywhere, and it condenses in one place, in front of us, as the glorious, shining, chosen ideal that the Supreme Principle has chosen specifically for us to allow us a sense of adoration and thankfulness, worship and giving. Let us spend a few moments studying mentally and visualizing this chosen principle in front of us. We're not asking for anything. We are not anticipating anything. We are not, in a calculating way, expecting anything. We are simply sitting in the divine glory of the absolute, infinite, invisible, whose presence and grace is to be found everywhere. And that means that whatever the senses alight on, whatever form is presented, is this one supreme, glorious, pure, infinite consciousness, pure, infinite love. Seeing this, we can notice how our heart jumps with joy, how we get an elevation of spirit that outshines any of our small difficulties that we had throughout the day, eclipses them completely. If we are to look at a table, this table is nothing more than the divine. If we look at a chair, it is nothing more than the divine. If we look at objects around us, it's nothing more than the divine. When we see this divine in all beings and all things, it gives an added richness and value everywhere. Now we turn our attention to the seeing mechanism itself, the body. The body itself is a condensed version of that shining one whose light shines everywhere, whose life infuses everywhere. whose pure love activates every cell of the body. Let us tangibly feel this presence. Let us feel that we are loved and blessed by the very eyes that look on us with love and compassion. Let us accept it without guilt, without shame, without any criteria of deservability. Accepting and receiving pure love, allowing it to penetrate all the layers of our being so that it unites with the very core of our heart. And there, like molten gold, we find our own quintessence, our own pure being. The prayer that we have is a prayer of waiting. The prayer that we have is the prayer of listening. The prayer that we have is the prayer of eternal presence. Now let us make a visualization. This divine grace, let us imagine that it is now drawn in completely from all directions and centered now at the very base of the spine. Let us feel a warmth there. And let us feel how an activation of an inverted triangle will allow us to unfold our infinite potential. Let us imagine that there is a 4-petal lotus there where the divine energetic touch stimulates it into an upright position, opening up. Let us see the yellow square within it. And the sign or Shivaling around which is wrapped our own coiled potential, waiting for us, expecting to instantly uncoil, repeating the mantra Om. Let us feel how it uncoils. Let us urge it up, the fine, fine filament within the spine, called the Sushumna, or the rod which we call Danda. The essence from which we have come is to do with the sense of smell and the earth, not the physical earth, but the earth whose force is magnetism, the principle of solidity. Subtle, no doubt, but it opens up an internal avenue where our own inner potential rises up. And as it rises up, it awakens everything within it. It awakens the principle of fluidity and taste. It awakens within us the principle of omnipresence. distributing itself in all directions. It is the principle that we call Vayu or air. Before that, we have radiance, the principle of radiance that shines forth in that area of the spine opposite the navel. Just feel its warmth. But these subtle areas are to do with our survival. A more subtle area is where the heart itself opens, and there our spiritual surge, our spiritual feeling starts. There we become loving. There we find love in every single direction, north, south, east, west, in the interim periods. In every direction, a flow of constant energy that makes things move everywhere, that gives its own kinetic energy. And let that principle in that spine opposite the throat open up. A center of absolute purity where ecstatic love dwells. We can visualize it as a lotus with 16 petals. Whose color is the rain cloud, a deep mauve or purple, color of eternity. And there we find the voice of God. And there we listen. And there emerges from the forehead, from a two-petal lotus, the supreme sound of Om. Let us feel this Om throbbing. Let us feel that this throbbing sensation leads us within. Let us feel how its sound echoes and vibrates and increases and amplifies throughout our whole being. And let this opening of glory and light illumine the whole mind. Let us feel the warmth at the top of the skull, where the yogis say the Sahasrara is unlimited, infinite. Let us feel how this radiance radiates beyond the borders of the skull, how it unites with the whole of the universe, how this unity of this great energy unites with supreme oneness of pure being and pure consciousness. It is here that we become absorbed. It is here that we find no other. It is here that we find perfection and completeness. We find fullness. We find oneness. We find a peace that passes all understanding and a vibrant bliss incomparable. And if for even a brief moment you felt the suspension of the breath that was held in a state of ecstatic union, then we have to issue a sense of thankfulness and adoration. And if the mind has deviated from this sense of pure being, let us dive down deep once more. We can do it as often as we like, with a sense of delight and joy, drinking deeply from the pure honey of bliss, the pure nectar of divine. Let us feel how this pure consciousness can radiate and transform itself into the mind itself and its neurological connection of the brain and its network of nerves and its channels of energy everywhere, spreading, activating the body and its internal functions and external instruments for awareness. The same components that create the world of space and time around us. Let us bless everywhere, knowing that the true nature of all our experience is this oneness and unity of being. Let this being that has no blemish, that is pure and full and free, let it bless in every corner with its transforming effect into its own nature. And let our meditation allow us to think and view things in a different way, revalued as divine and divine entities performing and playing on the stage of life. Glory to all those who have cultivated the habit of seeing things in this way. May we all be counted in their numbers. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.